Jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagyok? Start of another day. Hmm. Hmm. You know, Skip Smith has his, and I have my But anyway, I gotta confess that I have not been all that motivated to do my morning videos, and not for any particular reason that I can think of, other than my mind and my thoughts have just been absolutely preoccupied with work. And I've spent the last I don't know, 2 or 3 days getting up bright and early and sitting down to the computer and working until late. And that's where my mind is, and it's a good thing. I mean, it's a little bit. I guess the best way to describe my work is overwhelming, and it's just overwhelming. There's so many things that I can do. There's so many things I need to do. There's so many things I have to do. It's just a little bit overwhelming, and I've heard it before. Go out and hire somebody. You know, go out and hire someone. Well, then that comes to a situation where you're taking on more work, because then you have to train and monitor somebody. And I like to keep my work manageable and profitable without the need of going out and hiring people. And that's not to say that I don't hire people for the purpose of helping them more than helping myself. Sometimes if I know somebody needs some income or something like that, and I can think of a way to generate some income for them, then I will do that. But anyway, so this video is not going to be all that long, but I find myself thinking that I would have as talking about motivation and doing morning videos. I wake up and I'll glance at my YouTube channel. Maybe if I get a comment on my channel, then I usually try to acknowledge it with a thumbs up or a little heart, whatever that means, and I try to acknowledge comments with my videos. So I will periodically respond throughout the day. But other than that, I really don't spend a lot of time looking at my channel. I think Skip Smith, he looks at his videos every 20 minutes, to see what type of activity he's gotten. I've been with him before. I mean, he'll pull out his phone all the time, and you wonder how many likes I got, and he's just, Skip Smith is just preoccupied with all of that. But with me, I'll look at it, maybe once a day. I'll go in after a day has passed, and I'll see how many people actually watch my video. And the last couple days, I've broken 300 people, and it's amazing. I mean, to think that 300 people out there in this big old world, give a crap as to what this what this lonely old guy in his bathrobe, standing in his kitchen in the morning, drinking coffee and going is going to talk about. It just blows one's mind. But anyway, I see that and I think, I keep trying to avoid the cuss words, and but anyway, so I see that and I think that in and by itself is motivation. But anyway, today is April 1st, I think, And no April Fool's Day joke for me today. No April Fool's Day joke. But anyway, thinking back, well, I'm not even going to share the story. But I guess that what one of the things that preoccupies my mind is knowing that in about, oh, I don't know, 30 days or something like that now, however long it is, 30 days, maybe a little bit longer, uh, I'm going to get a phone call that my truck has been delivered up in Omaha, Nebraska, of all places, right in the dead center of America. My big, beautiful, white uh, Dodge Ram 1500 Limited has been delivered. And I can't drive down the road these days without looking at every truck that passes by, and checking it out. And I've had some people say, I never pictured you to be a truck man. Never pictured you to be a truck man. And here I go. I'm gonna be a truck man, a pickup man. I'm gonna be a pickup man. But I once heard that there's something that girls like about a pickup man, and we will find out. But anyway, I keep debating. I know that I got to pick up my camper in Omaha, or not Omaha. My camper is in Ohio, and I keep debating on where I'm going to travel. And it's really a tough call because there's so many places that I want to go back to. I want to go back to Sun Valley in Idaho, and I want to go up to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I'd love to go to the Montana, Oregon, Crater Lake, and boy, I'd love to go back to California just to go put that camper somewhere on the Pacific Ocean and just fall asleep at night listening to the waves. Um, all of those are just such beautiful, beautiful, wonderful ideas. But then a part of me says that I've been to those places before. And why should I take the camper from Omaha 10 hours to Ohio, only then turn around and head west when I could take the camper and I could saunter my way. I could saunter my way through, through the eastern United States up to Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, and I could go up there for 2 or 3 months, or a couple months maybe, and then leave my camper and truck up there somewhere in New England and catch a flight back over to Budapest. Summer in Agad, or summer in Bécs, so summer in Budapest. That's a. Do I have the Hungary Cup with me right now? No, today I'm in Krakow, or even go back to Krakow. My mind is just just all over the place. But time will tell. Time will tell as to where which direction I will go. And boy, don't think that I don't realize that I'm blessed to have those choices. There's so many people. The majority of people out there only wish that they could have those choices at this point in time in their life. But anyway, the title of this title of the video, the Book of James. It's a something that's been going through my head, and there's a saying. I pick up different sayings over the years, and a saying that I heard years ago was that the road to failure is paved with good intentions. The road to failure is paved with good intentions, and I think that there's a biblical proverb. Maybe that quote, "The road to failure is paved with good intentions," maybe that there's a proverb from the Bible, something about the road to hell, or something like that. But the road to failure is paved with good intentions, meaning that, you go through life and you always have these good intentions to do different things. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and you have the good intentions, but you never follow through. You never follow through on them. And I know that I'm not alone. I'm sure there's many of you out there like myself that have good intentions. You're going to lose some weight. That's one of my good intentions, by the way. You're going to lose some weight. You're going to quit smoking. You're going to treat your partner better. You're going to spend more time with your kids. You're going to do whatever. So the good intentions. And one thing that some time back, it was somebody that had given me a challenge on one of my videos. And I don't know where this came up, but the book of James in the Bible. The book of James in the Bible. Some time back, somebody had given me a challenge to read the book of James every day for 1 month. And it'll change your life. And I said, I had the intention to read the book of James every day for a month, but I didn't. And but it's been in the back of my mind. It's been in the back of my mind. And for those of you that aren't Christian, I'll shed some light for you. James, who was a brother of Jesus, writes this letter to urge Christians to express their faith in daily living. He reminds them of what Jesus said, especially in the Sermon on the Mount. As you read this book, ask yourself whether others can see by what you do and say that you believe in Jesus. And it's a challenge that I'm gonna start today. Today is April 1st. And I don't know what it is about dates and time that people often, look for a date and time to start something. New Year's being the biggest example. Okay, when New Year starts, the new year, January 1st, I'm going to start this goal. I don't know why people are prone to associate dates with goals, but in the back of my mind, I have a date. I've associated April 1st with starting my 1 month of reading the book of James. And it's interesting as I look back over my lifetime, probably the period in time where I really had the most peace and most inner peace and most joy and greatest happiness in my life was probably right after accepting Christ in my life. That was those 3-year periods. I think it was 29 to 32. As I look back over the course of my life, being 56 right now, and you look back, there's a question in the book of questions. What 3-year period in your life did you experience the most personal growth? And without question for me, it was the 3-year period, after accepting Christ. And, I find myself today where, I'm not, it's hard to, I guess it's hard to pinpoint the feelings that I have. It's not that I'm not at peace, but I don't have the joy. I don't have the joy and tranquility, that I did after, after finding God when I was, 29. And maybe the answer to returning to that joy and that peace or that state of mind is returning to God. And anyway, we we will see, as the saying goes. So anyway, and just to set the record straight, I don't push my religion on anybody. So if you're not Christian, you know, I don't. I'm not going to say I don't care, but it doesn't matter to me. But anyway, so let's get on with the day. I've got such a full day ahead of myself. You know, I found out that I could play Jeopardy every morning with you know who, but I sometimes that takes a little bit longer than I want. But apparently there's a feature here called Question of the Day. So we'll see if we can't do this. Alexa, what's the question of the day?
Good morning. Here is today's question of the day. It's from our Arts and Entertainment game pack and is worth 2 points. In the 1960s animated television series The Jetsons, what was the name of the family dog? Choose from the following: A. Pluto, B. Scooby-Doo, C. Brian, or D. Astro.
Repeat, please.
It's from our Arts and Entertainment game pack and is worth 2 points. In the 1960s animated television series The Jetsons, what was the name of the family dog? Choose from the following:
Astro.
A. Pluto, B. Scooby-Doo, C. Brian, or D. Astro.
What is Astro?
You have 2 correct answers in a row. You have earned your first Arts and Entertainment badge and 2 points.
Okay.
The
folks.
original series of The Jetsons had just 24 episodes and featured the family of George and Jane Jetson with their children Jimmy
Alexa,
and Elroy,
stop.
along with...
All right, folks.
Thank you for participating. You can make brain stimulation a part of your morning routine by saying, "Alexa, ask the question of the day."
All right, folks.
Let's play another game. What type
Alexa,
of game
stop.
do you want to play?
Just like a lot of, just nothing shuts up, you know, just talk. Alexa, what's the weather today?
In Fort Myers, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit
62.
with mostly clear skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 62 degrees.
83 and 62. Could you handle that? All right, folks. Anyway, have a, well, we need to do our high hope before I forget. Let's do our high hope. Pause on a roll. Pause on a roll. It's tempting to go hard on any task until you're exhausted, but it's much smarter to take a break while you still have something in the tank. That way, when you resume, you can power on from where you left off. Pause on a roll. And a quote from Confucius, one of my favorites. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. So anyway,